Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're jumping into a topic today that really, well, it affects almost everyone, right? Whether you're currently in a relationship, maybe looking for one, or even if you're just curious about what makes human connections, tick.
Absolutely. And our culture, it just bombards us with this really intense vision of romance.
Totally. The happily ever after, the knight in shining armor, or maybe those super dramatic getting together scenes like, on The Bachelor, all the helicopter rides and yacht dinners.
It looks so glamorous, so effortless almost.
Exactly. Captivating stuff.
But what's often missed, I think, in these big stories is that they tend to stop right where the real relationship work actually starts.
Good point.
There's just so much emphasis put on falling in love, that initial spark,
Yeah.
but not nearly enough on, say, staying together, or maybe even more importantly, growing together.
Mm.
And the stats, well, they kind of speak for themselves. Nearly half of all marriages in the U.S. end in divorce. That tells you something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It suggests that happily ever after isn't some automatic thing you just land on.
Precisely. It's not a destination. It's something you have to actively build and, frankly, keep building.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Our mission for this deep dive is really to cut through some of those maybe fairy tale ideas and look at what it actually takes to build love that lasts.
We want to explore the informed effort, the science behind it all.
Right. Moving beyond the myths and finding out what really fosters those flourishing connections in the real world. We're aiming to give you a bit of a shortcut to being well-informed here.
Sounds good.
So this idea gets pushed on us, right? That if you just find the perfect person, then you have the perfect wedding. Well, naturally, a perfect marriage just follows.
Like it's a formula.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And think about the energy we pour into those first two steps. I mean, the hours people spend swiping on apps date after date, looking for the one.
It's a huge investment of time and emotion.
And the wedding planning. Oh my goodness, the venue, the food, the band, the dress. It's this massive project. But is chasing that perfection maybe setting us up for, well, disappointment?
Well, it raises a really important question, doesn't it? Can a perfect marriage even exist? If you look at the word perfect, it actually comes from Latin. It means thoroughly done, finished, complete.
Okay.
But here's the thing. People aren't thoroughly done. We're constantly growing, changing, learning, and when you put two changing people together...
The relationship changes too.
Exactly. It's always evolving.
Yeah.
So as long as a relationship is alive and dynamic, it's, by definition, imperfect. It's never really done.
That's a really helpful way to think about it. It takes the pressure off, maybe.
I think so.
It's like you wouldn't expect your career to just magically happen, right? You get your first job, you don't suddenly become CEO the next day.
Or expect to get fit just by buying a gym membership and never going.
Right. It takes work, consistent effort. So lasting love, like a good career or physical health, needs that ongoing, informed effort. Practice.
It's about brave beginnings, yes, but also those consistent, smart actions, not just wishing on a star.
Okay, let's tackle another big one. The soulmate myth. That line from Jerry Maguire.
You complete me.
So iconic. This idea that there's one person out there who's literally your missing piece. It goes way back, right? Shakespeare used it, but even older. Plato's Symposium.
Ah, yes. Aristophanes' myth about the round humans cut in half, always searching.
Exactly. It sounds incredibly romantic, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But are there downsides?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, while it feels romantic, that popular idea of a soulmate, it actually carries some real pitfalls.
Like what?
Okay, first, it can lead to fatalism. You just sort of wait around for this magical person to show up instead of actively building connections.
Right, passive waiting.
Second, it often implies this kind of over-reliance, maybe even codependence, like you're not whole without them. Healthy relationships are about interdependence, not needing someone to complete you.
Okay, that makes sense.
And third, frankly, it just lacks sustainability. People grow, people change. What feels like it completes you today might be very different 10 years down the road. It sets up this static, unrealistic expectation.
So if you complete me is kind of a trap, what's a healthier way to look at it? I always think of that line from As Good as It Gets, Jack Nicholson's character.
Melvin Udall. Right.
He says to Helen Hunt's character, you make me want to be a better man.
Ah, yes. That's very different, isn't it?
Totally different. It's not about filling a hole. It's about being inspired by someone's goodness. It sparks this internal drive to grow, which feels much more, well, lasting.
That really resonates with ancient wisdom, actually. Aristotle talked about three kinds of friendship.
Oh, yeah?
Friendships based on utility, useful to each other. Friendships based on pleasure, fun to be around. Both fine, but they often fade.
That.
But the third kind, friendships based on shared goodness or virtue. Those are the ones that endure. And that applies to romantic love, too.
Shared goodness.
We actually coined a term for this on our honeymoon, maybe a bit cheesy, but Aristotelian lovers.
We're like it. Aristotelian lovers.
Yeah. It's about partners who genuinely see the good in each other, who actively help each other cultivate their virtues, and who inspire each other to be their best selves. It creates this kind of upward spiral of virtue where both people flourish because of the relationship.
An upward spiral. That's a great image. Okay, so shifting gears a bit from ancient philosophy to modern psychology. Let's talk about how our brains work.
Okay.
Imagine our minds have like a reversible cape, red on one side, green on the other.
A mental cape, got it.
The red side is for fighting problems, dealing with threats. The green side is for cultivating good things, seeking opportunities. Now, our brains evolved back when there were, saber-toothed tigers.
Real immediate dangers.
Exactly. So we developed a strong negativity bias. We're naturally really good at spotting problems, threats, things going wrong. That red cape, it flips out automatically.
That makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. But what's fascinating is that problems tend to scream for attention, right? Stub your toe, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
But opportunities, positive things, they often just whisper. If you're not consciously listening, paying attention, you can easily miss them.
So we need to intentionally use the green side of the cape.
Precisely. Positive psychology is largely about balancing that natural red cape tendency by consciously cultivating the green side. The key idea here is that well-being isn't just the absence of bad stuff, like illness or problems.
Right. You can be not sick, but not really thriving either.
Exactly. You need both sides. We need the red cape moments, like having surgery to remove appendicitis, dealing with a problem directly. But you also need the green cape efforts, like exercising for fitness, actively building health, and good things.
And relationships fit in here, how?
Oh, massively. Quality relationships are central to overall well-being. Think of the PERMA model: positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, accomplishment. Relationships are right there in the middle, a huge driver.
Got it. So how do we put this positivity into practice? Especially with something as intense as passion in a relationship.
Ah, passion. It's powerful, but it can go a couple of ways.
I'm thinking of stories like Amit's. He kept falling into these relationships, like with Padma, where he felt totally swept away. Super intense.
That can't live without you feeling.
Yeah, but it was always marked by this intense yearning, lots of insecurity, really destructive arguments, and ultimately it just didn't last or satisfy. Phoebe had similar patterns. This sounds like what's sometimes called obsessive passion, right?
Exactly. And it's often linked to attachment styles, maybe anxious attachment, where you constantly need a reassurance, or avoidant, where you pull away from too much closeness. It creates this unstable, often painful dynamic.
So what's the alternative?
The healthier form is harmonious passion. This is where your love for your partner is integrated smoothly with the rest of your life. You maintain your own identity, your own interests. It's balanced.
Okay. And how do you shift from obsessive to harmonious? Easier said than done, I bet.
It takes real work. A lot of self-awareness, like Amit and Phoebe eventually undertook personal growth. And honestly, often it involves listening to people who care about you, friends, family. They frequently spot those obsessive red flags before we do ourselves.
Good point. Okay, next pillar, savoring. Appreciating the small things.
Yes, crucial green cape skill.
I think of that couple, Ursula and Joe, married over 20 years, and Joe still sends her these flirty texts that even surprise her assistant. It shows that appreciation is still alive and kicking.
That's beautiful. It keeps the connection fresh.
But then you have the flip side, like Tanya and Marco. Seems okay outwardly, married for years, but Tanya just felt unseen, unappreciated in the small ways.
The little things piled up.
Yeah. She eventually left, not because of some huge fight, but this slow erosion of connection. Marco was apparently shocked. The lack of savoring, of appreciating the small, good moments really cost them.
It's a powerful reminder. Savoring is technically defined as attending to, appreciating, and enhancing positive experiences. It's deliberately using that green cape during good times.
Lengthening the good feelings.
Exactly. It strengthens them, builds positive emotional reserves, and it creates what we call affective affirmation, that deep feeling of being seen, valued, cared for.
does it actually impact longevity?
Absolutely. Studies show savoring is strongly linked to marital stability and satisfaction. It actually helps debunk that whole 7-year itch idea. Husbands who felt more affirmed by their wives early on, much more likely to still be married years later. Wives who savored reported higher commitment.
Wow. Okay, so how can you, listening right now, practice savoring more? What are some concrete things?
Well, it's about being present, really. You could try creating memory building, like taking mental photographs, consciously storing vivid details of a happy moment.
Okay.
Focus on your senses. Tune in fully to the sights, sounds, smells of a positive experience. Practice absorption. Just let yourself get totally immersed in the moment, like feeling the sun on your skin.
Like really be there.
Right. And express your joy. Laugh, make happy noises, tell someone how good it feels. And finally, share the experience with someone who will appreciate it with you, who can help you savor it even more, not diminish it.
So it takes conscious effort, making time, concentrating.
It does, but the payoff is huge for the relationship.
Savoring helps us see the good, which leads nicely into the next area, character strengths.
Ah, yes, back to Aristotle in a way. He linked ethos, meaning habit, with athos, meaning character. Character is built through habits.
And modern psychology has mapped this out.
It has. Using tools like the VIA survey, researchers identified 24 universal character strengths, things like bravery, kindness, curiosity, love of learning, grouped under 6 core virtues, like wisdom, courage, humanity.
We all have our own unique mix, right? Our signature strengths.
Exactly, those qualities that feel most natural, most essentially you. For instance, you mentioned your love of learning is sky high.
Off the charts. Comes with a lot of books, as you know.
Yes. And maybe for me, it's creativity. Now, the key with strengths is applying the Goldilocks principle.
Not too much, not too little.
Just, right? Take kindness. Overuse it, you might become a doormat. Underuse it, well, that's just unkind. The sweet spot is using it wisely.
And in a relationship, how do strengths play out?
Partners can actually facilitate each other's strengths. Instead of me getting frustrated that you always have your nose in a book, I could nurture your love of learning by finding an interesting article for you that helps you express your strength.
Ah, so you work with the strengths, not against them.
Yes. Encourage strengths conversations. Talk about what you admire in each other. Share stories that highlight those strengths.
Like at our rehearsal dinner, we asked family to share stories about our strengths.
Right. Your dad said something insightful.
He did. He said, I'm quick and efficient, but sometimes too fast. And that you help slow me down and be more thoughtful. And that I help you speed up sometimes when you get lost in thought.
It showed how our different strengths actually complement each other, reinforcing that upward spiral we talked about.
It was a powerful moment of connection. Okay, let's talk gratitude. Cicero apparently called it the parent of all other virtues. Big claim.
It is a big claim, but there's a lot of truth to it. Gratitude is incredibly powerful, not just for you individually, but hugely for the relationship. Couples who practice gratitude consistently, they report much healthier, happier relationships.
So how does it work best in a relationship context?
Think of gratitude as a kind of dance. It needs 2 parts to work well, the initiation and the response.
Okay, initiation first. Expressing gratitude.
Yes, and the key here is making it other-focused. So instead of just saying, thanks for making dinner, I was really hungry, which focuses on your benefit.
Make it about them.
Right. Try something like, thank you so much for dinner. It was delicious. You're such a thoughtful and generous person, always taking care of us. See the difference. You're acknowledging their action and their positive character traits.
That feels much more meaningful. Okay, but the dance needs a response too. How do we receive gratitude well?
This is where it often breaks down. We've all probably done this or seen it. You try to thank me for some nutritional advice, remember, and I just waved it off. Oh, it's nothing, no big deal.
In the deflection, it just stops the dance cold.
Or sometimes there's reciprocation. You give a compliment, they immediately give one back, like tossing a hot potato. Neither person really absorbs the appreciation.
Hot potato compliments, I know that one.
And then there's discounting. Remember when I raved about that amazing dinner you cooked?
Oh gosh, yes. I immediately started listing everything I thought was wrong with it. The rice was sticky, I forgot the ugh.
Exactly. You completely shut down my genuine appreciation because you were focused on perceived flaws.
So embarrassing. So what should we do?
The most effective response is often the simplest. Just accept it. A genuine thank you, or that's so kind of you to say, or I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let the appreciation land. Let the dance continue.
Acceptance.
Yeah.
Okay. This ability to respond well, both to others and, I guess, to ourselves, seems really critical.
It really is. It's not just about reacting on autopilot. It's about cultivating our inner state so we can respond thoughtfully.
Which brings us to things like self-compassion.
Yes, Kristin Neff's work here is fantastic. Treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and sense of shared humanity we'd offer a good friend when they're struggling.
It's not about being weak or letting yourself off the hook, is it?
Not at all. It's actually a source of strength and resilience. Think of it like a kind but firm parent guiding a child, encouraging, supportive, but still holding boundaries. It helps us cope, reduces anxiety, increases optimism, and actually leads to greater relationship satisfaction.
And mindfulness meditation fits in here too.
Definitely. Mindfulness helps us practice paying attention, slowing down our racing thoughts. William James called attention the root of judgment, character, and will. Meditation builds that attention muscle.
Creating space between stimulus and response.
Exactly. It helps us pause instead of just reacting. Like having windshield wipers for the soul, clearing things so we can see and choose how to respond. Even just taking 20 slow breaths can make a difference.
Okay, so self-compassion, mindfulness, these help us manage ourselves. What about responding well to our partner's good news?
This is crucial. Shelly Gable's research on active constructive responding, or ACR, is so important here.
ACR.
Her work shows that how we respond when our partner shares good news might be even more important for the relationship's health than how we respond when they share bad news.
Really, more important than being there in tough times.
It seems to be a stronger predictor of relationship stability and satisfaction. Think about it. Your partner comes home, super excited, I got the promotion. How do you respond?
Okay, give me the options.
Well, a passive destructive response is basically ignoring it or changing the subject. Oh, really? Hey, what's for dinner? Kills the buzz.
Ouch.
An active destructive response actively diminishes it. Are you serious? Do you know how much more stress that's going to be? We'll never see you. Pouring cold water on it.
Double ouch.
Then there's passive constructive. It's positive, but low energy. I mumbled, oh, that's nice, dear. Doesn't really match their excitement.
Underwhelming. So what's the goal?
Active constructive responding. This is where you match their energy, show genuine enthusiasm and interest, ask questions. That's fantastic. Wow, tell me everything. How did you find out? What are you most excited about?
You're really celebrating with them.
Exactly. You're amplifying their joy. It makes them feel seen, understood, validated, and deeply connected to you. It builds intimacy like almost nothing else.
Wow. Okay, so pulling this all together, what's the big takeaway?
Well, I think it circles back to the idea that love isn't just a feeling, it's an action. It's something you do.
Consistently. Those positive interactions really add up. I'm thinking of John Gottman's research.
Oh, astonishing stuff. He could predict with, 94% accuracy which couples would divorce?
Yeah, simply by watching how they responded to each other's small bids for connection, like a comment, a question, a gesture.
And the difference was stark. Couples who stayed together responded positively to those bids like 86% of the time.
86%.
Yeah.
Compared to only 33% for the couples who ended up divorcing.
It's those small moments, turning towards instead of turning away, that build the foundation.
Okay, so consistency matters hugely. Any final provocative thought for our listeners to chew on?
Maybe this. Think about Kelly McGonigal's work on the stress-enhancing mindset.
Stress-enhancing. Isn't stress bad?
Not necessarily. Her research suggests our beliefs about stress dramatically change its physiological effects. If you view stress symptoms like a racing heart before public speaking, as your body preparing you, giving you energy, Ferrari engine starting, as one speaker put it, it actually changes your hormonal response in a positive way.
Okay. So how does that apply to relationships?
Well, how can you reframe the inevitable challenges and stresses within your relationship? Instead of seeing conflict or difficulty purely as a negative, can you view it as energy, as an opportunity for growth, for deeper understanding, for strengthening the connection? It's not about avoiding stress, but maybe harnessing its energy.
Interesting. Using the friction for growth. This reminds me of different rules for relating. We all know the golden rule, right?
Treat others as you wish to be treated.
Then there's the platinum rule.
Treat others as they wish to be treated. Which is better, gets closer to their needs.
Both good starting points.
Yeah.
But you propose something else.
We like to call it the diamond rule.
The diamond rule. Okay, what's that?
Treat your partner as their best self would want to be treated.
Whoa. Okay, unpack that.
It means looking beyond the immediate want or desire and understanding what supports their long-term growth, their flourishing, their journey towards becoming the best version of themselves, and then treating them in a way that supports that journey.
Even if it's not what they say they want in the moment.
Sometimes, yes. Remember the chocolate example. If you love chocolate, the golden rule might say, give me chocolate. The platinum rule might ask if I want chocolate right now.
And maybe I do.
Maybe you do. But the diamond rule might recognize that my best self has long-term health goals, and maybe offering support for that goal rather than a momentary sugary distraction is the more loving act in that deeper sense. It's about seeing and nurturing their highest potential, helping them become more virtuous, which ultimately strengthens the relationship.
Treat them as their best self would want to be treated. That requires real insight and care.
It does. It's aspirational.
So, listening to all this, what stands out most to you? We've covered a lot. Busting myths, ancient ideas, modern science, savoring, strengths, responding well.
It's a rich tapestry.
We want to challenge you, the listener. Maybe create your own little workout plan for lasting love. What's one principle, one idea from today that really resonated?
Pick just one thing to start practicing.
Exactly. Commit to applying it. Because building a flourishing relationship isn't a destination you arrive at. It's this ongoing, hopefully rewarding journey of conscious effort and connection.